What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. It's your boy Chris. It's another amazing episode of Financipation. This channel is all about making money, saving money, building generational wealth, and financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty. On this channel, everybody, I try to give you a six-figure MBA level worth of investing and financial knowledge for free here on YouTube. And the things that people typically spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn in business school and in grad school, I give it to you for free here on Financipation, okay? Before I go any further, I want to give a shout out to Killica Solutions. They're one of my sponsors. If you need digital marketing, website development, someone to just edit your YouTube videos, they are literally the best in the business at handling all of your digital needs. Also, please hit that notification bell so that you know when I drop new content. Please hit that like button. Please share the video. Please comment. Please subscribe. It helps the algorithm, and I thoroughly enjoy giving you guys free content here on YouTube. So, I haven't done a podcast in a while or created a lot of content in general, really, about improving your credit score or credit repair. It's honestly not really been a topic that I've really spent a lot of time talking about. And on this particular podcast, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about a very simple but yet very effective way you can literally add roughly 250 points to your credit score in literally no time. All right, let's get started, everybody. Let's get started. So firstly, why is it important to have a credit score above 750? So first and foremost, a good credit score, everybody, is 750 and above. And I'm going to be very intentional about that, okay? And in America right now, credit card debt is literally over 1.7 trillion with a T dollars. And the average American owns roughly $6,000 in credit card debt. People, paying off your credit card debt every month is one way you can raise your credit score. But full disclosure, it's not the only way. And there are a lot of other things you can do to actually to raise your credit score even faster. Also, everybody, full disclosure, I'm not really the biggest fan of credit cards, and I advise my clients to only have one credit card and to pay that thing off every month. Having said that, I'm also not the other extreme where I'm like our good buddy out in Tennessee, Dave Ramsey, where he talks about you should cut up your credit card, shoot with your AR-15 and all that kind of stuff. I don't believe in that either. As I said earlier, have one credit card and pay it off every month. But what's interesting, though, is that the average credit card in America has an APY and an interest rate of roughly 22%. People, if you have 22% interest on a $6,000 debt, that is literally going to keep you in financial enslavement. And having said that, having a higher credit card score provides you with a lot of benefits or whatever. And some of these benefits include easier time to get an apartment. It also includes better interest rates as far as your cars and your houses and business loans and things of that nature. It's also cheaper to borrow money if you have a very high credit score. So as I said earlier, you want to make sure that credit score is above 750. Lastly, also, if you're a minority, I'm gonna tell you straight up, if your credit score, if you walk into a financial institution, a credit union, a bank or whatever, and they pull up your credit and it's above 780 or whatever, you are going to be amazed at how much nicer they treat you. Literally, it gives people one less reason to discriminate against you. So have a high credit score, people. Next, let's talk about your credit utilization ratio and what it actually is. So most Americans are aware of a credit score. I mean, it's something that you literally have heard probably since you were, 12 or 13 years old. But very few Americans have actually heard about the credit utilization ratio. So the CUR of the credit utilization ratio is roughly the amount of credit you are using divided by the amount of credit that is available. For example, let's say you're putting $9,000 on your credit card every month. And let's say you have an available credit card balance of $10,000. That means your credit utilization ratio is 9,000 divided by 10,000, which means you would have a credit utilization ratio of literally 90%. That is horrible. And I'm going to go into detail later in this podcast about why having a 90% credit utilization ratio is absolutely terrible. So keep it moving. Next, why is credit utilization ratio important? So the credit utilization ratio makes up roughly 30% of your credit score. So it's a good idea to keep your available credit utilization ratio as low as possible. And you want to also keep your debts as low as possible. So in layman's terms, if you have an available credit card balance of $10,000 and you only put $900 on your credit card, your credit utilization ratio is 9%. And as I said earlier, I'm going to talk about and show you different levels as far as what the credit utilization ratios are. But if you have a credit utilization ratio every month of only 9%, that, people, is outstanding and it looks excellent to the credit bureau. Secondly, if you pay off that $900 every month, your outstanding balance is also going to be $0. It's going to be $0. So that means you are literally getting the best of both worlds. Your credit utilization ratio is very low, and you're also paying off your credit score every month. And once again, everybody, as I said earlier, credit utilization ratio is roughly 30% of your credit score. That means out of 855 possible points, your credit utilization ratio is 255 points. Next, let's talk about the credit score calculation, how it's actually calculated, okay? This is the following breakdown of what actually goes into your credit score. 10% goes into your total accounts. 10% goes into your credit inquiries. 15% goes into the age of your account. 30% goes into your credit utilization ratio, and 35% goes into your payment history. So your credit utilization ratio makes up roughly, once again, 30% of your credit score. So as I said earlier, mathematically speaking, out of a possible 855, the credit utilization ratio makes up 255 points. So if you get an excellent credit utilization ratio, you can quickly raise your credit score by more than 250 points almost overnight. As I stated earlier, everybody, 10% goes into your total accounts, 10% goes into your credit inquiries, 15% of your credit score is determined by your age of your account, 30% of your credit score is determined by your credit utilization ratio, and 35% of your credit score goes into your payment history. Next, an excellent credit utilization ratio, everybody, is 0 to 9%. A good credit utilization ratio is 10 to 29%. A fair credit utilization ratio is 30 to 49%. A poor credit utilization ratio is 50 to 74%. And a terrible credit utilization ratio is 75% or higher. Ideally, everybody, if I were advising you and you were my client, I would tell you to basically put as little as possible on your credit card and try to keep it between 0 to 9%. So if you have a $10,000 balance, I would tell you every month to spend no more than $900. Yes, it's not easy, but I understand that. But that's the reason why you need to budget your money and basically stop putting so much crap on credit cards. Buy what you need. I would also tell you, in addition to never putting more than 9% of your balance on your credit card, to pay it off every month. And if you do that, people, your credit score is literally going to skyrocket overnight. Before we go any further, everybody, please hit the notification bell. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. It helps the algorithm, and I thoroughly enjoy giving you guys free content. The next way to raise your credit score is to not cancel your credit cards. Full disclosure, people, as I stated earlier, I'm not really the biggest fan of credit cards, and I advise my clients to only have one credit card. I tell them to rarely use that credit card, to pay it off every month, and to never put more than 30% of the balance on that credit card. But also, everybody, be slightly wary of canceling your credit cards, because unfortunately, credit history is a factor of your credit score. So simply canceling your credit cards will cause your credit score to actually go down slightly, okay? And it drives me back to the point of why I tell my clients to only have one credit card and to pay it off every month. The next way to quickly improve your credit score is to pay it off a few days before it's actually due. Everybody, pay off your credit card every month before the statement is actually due. But if your statement, let's say, for example, your statement's closing date is the 22nd of every month, my advice and what I advise my clients to do is I tell them to pay off 100% of their credit cards 72 hours, basically 3 days before it is due. So in this particular example, if your credit card balance is due on the 22nd of every month, you need to pay that thing off by the 19th of every month. 72 hours. And the reason why I say that is for this reason. If by paying it off 72 hours in advance, this automatically means that your credit card balance will be zero when it gets reported to the credit bureau, and your credit utilization ratio will also go be in the clear when it's reported to the credit cards companies, okay? Whereas if you wait to the 22nd, basically the day that it's due, your credit card balance will still be reported to the credit card bureau as not being paid. And even though you basically paid off the credit card early, you're going to get hit with fees, fines, and you're also going to be hit with a credit utilization score that's bad because you paid off, according to the credit card bureau, late, even though you actually paid it off early. So my advice, everybody, is simple. Make sure you pay off 100% of your credit card balances 72 hours before they are due every month. In closing, everybody, as I stated earlier, I'm not one of these financial guys that says you should not have a credit card. I'm not one of these dudes that says you should shoot them up or you should cut them up with credit cards. I don't do that. I leave that for our buddy out in Tennessee, okay? My advice is simple, everybody. Most people are very well aware of the fact that they need to pay off their credit cards. Having said that, most people are not aware of the credit utilization ratio. And as a result, I wanted to spend this particular podcast going over the specific details that you can do so that you can essentially have a hack as far as quickly improving your credit score. Once again, 30% of your credit score is basically made up by the credit utilization ratio. And by using a smaller percentage, between 0 to 20% essentially of your credit card's available balance to actually put on your credit card, that is a very easy way to quickly improve your credit score. As I said earlier, everybody, you want to shoot to have a credit score above 770, above 780. Really, you want to be as close to 800 as possible. 850 is the highest you can do, but the higher your credit score, the better, because once again, it gives you access to better home loans, it gives you access to better business loans. And on top of that, when you walk in any financial institution, it gives people one less reason to discriminate against you, okay? In closing, everybody, this channel, Financipation, is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth. And it's all about financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty. You can book a one-on-one session with me at any point. The link is going to be below. I'm not giving you financial advice, everybody. At the end of the day, you must make responsible decisions based on your own thorough independent research that you conduct for yourself and for your family. And thanks everybody for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at @thereal_Financipation. You can check me out on Spotify, Financipation, just like it's spelled back there. My TikTok is Financipation. My Facebook page is Financipation. And check out some of my digital, my e-products as well, okay? I also have a blog that comes out every month for $4.95 a month. And in that particular blog, I go into a lot deeper details as far as what to invest in, HSA accounts, IRAs, SEP IRAs. I go into a lot more technical financial details as far as ETFs, exchange traded funds, and things of that nature. So by all means, definitely check out my blog as well. Also, everybody, please hit the notification bell. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. It helps the algorithm, and I thoroughly enjoy giving you guys free content. Thanks, everybody. It's your boy, Chris. I'm out. Peace. Peace.